The international oil and gas industry escaped a legal hazard on April 17th when the U.S. Supreme Court narrowed the geographic scope of an antique law on civil infractions involving non-citizens. In Kaya versus Royal Dutch Petroleum, the High Court held that the Alien Tort Statute doesn't apply to acts committed outside the United States. Enacted in 1798, the statute provides foreigners a judicial remedy in the U.S. for violations of the law of nations. Congress enacted it after foreign ambassadors fell victim to mistreatment in the U.S. In one case, verbal abuse by a countryman, and in another, the wrongful arrest of a domestic servant, and found that the ambassadors had no legal recourse. The law also gave legal footing to actions related to piracy. For nearly 200 years, little happened under the law. That changed in 1980. Then, according to an October 5, 2009 article in Oil and Gas Journal, Paraguayan citizens living in New York filed suit in New York against a Paraguayan police official they said tortured and murdered a relative in their homeland. When the courts allowed the law to proceed, wrote Jonathan Drimmer of Steptoe and Johnson LLP and Jennifer Miller-Wise Dick of EPCO Worldwide, dozens of others quickly followed. Suddenly, the Alien Tort Statute became an avenue into U.S. courts and news media for cases alleging international misbehavior. Targets at first tended to be officials of oppressive regimes. Damage awards, according to Drimmer and Dick, often exceeded $10 million and sometimes $100 million. In the mid-1990s, litigation targets became transnational companies. At the time of the OGJ article, at least 128 Alien Tort Statute cases had been brought against corporations. Many were oil and gas companies. The U.S. judicial system had become a stage for anti-oil theatrics in cases activists didn't need to win. Even when defendants disproved the allegations, as like Shell they usually did, lawsuits alleging abuses of people and nature smirched their reputations. There will be fewer of them now. Justice has prevailed. I'm Bob Tippie, editor of Oil and Gas Journal, and that's the editor's perspective that appeared first in text on www.ogj.com on April 19, 2013.